So what's happening, y'all? So James, tell me, man, how you get started?
Cut 1 minute. That's different. Like, okay, man.
He just jumps right into it.
Plus, you gotta make sure you keep it quiet.
Because, like, sounds right. I mean, you should look it up.
Keep your phone.
First of all, I'm drinking some wine. Don't take your butt up or drinking it either.
I know you heard that. I guess you heard that.
He'll slide out the door with a bottle.
Yeah. Irish cream.
All right. This one every week.
All right, action. Miss Shay, what's going on, sis? How you doing?
You want to know what's going on in my world?
Something like that. I mean, like, you know, you hot right now. I see you doing a lot of movies. You got a lot of things going on. What actually got you into acting?
I actually went to an audition to be a model. And sadly, they told me I was in my late 20s and I couldn't just be a model. I had to act. So acting was not my thing at first. It just was not.
I don't know why.
It wasn't a thought. I never had a thought of doing it. I never dreamed of doing it. That's what I went for. They gave me a script, told me I had to read it. I read it, and that's where it came from. That's where it came from. So I went for one thing and ended up loving another thing.
But you kill it though, and I mean, like the last movie we did, and one.
Blood and Tears.
Hey man, you showed like your whole demeanor. For somebody who's supposed to be a model, nah, I can't believe that one. Because you killed, not for real. You know, I've been working with you for a while.
Yeah.
And, like, I learn from everybody. I like to pay attention.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Like, you set the tone for a lot of people. And this is what I see. You know what I mean? Because you are one hell of an actor to be a model. I don't understand it. But, hey, whatever floats your boat, baby.
Might go for one thing and get directed to another thing. It's just how it goes.
But it's okay. So what about you, man? You a mastermind, bro. You got hands of 1,000,000 objects. You can do anything that you touch. What got you into acting?
Shit, I really don't like acting. I'm gonna be honest. I hate it for real. But I think in a lot of situations I end up acting because we couldn't find somebody else to do the shit. So it makes sense because sometimes you want your stuff to go a certain way. It's easy to portray who you write into your characters. But I'm mostly behind the scenes. I like being creative like that.
Yeah, but
I would do some acting, but and like the last movie we had, yeah.
Or you
a few other movies we had, yeah. But I think after this one, this Blood and Tears 2, I don't want to get back in front of the camera. I want to be behind.
Bro, but I'm saying though, you kill it. You become. I watched you become the character, and like really become that character. Like in one, you were so laid back. When you became Trey Preston, I was like, hold on, player. I'm like, you having flashbacks of some you did.
Yeah, I think it's basically off of, I think it was easy to play that character because I somewhat lived like that once before. But other than that, I think that's what made it easy to be that character. But I think it's a lot more on the other side of the camera where I can give my ideas on what I think and what I think I experience to other people to play the roles. It won't seem like my life. It'd be more me creating a life for somebody else. So I think that's why I want to stay behind the cameras more.
But you dope. I like you got a hell of an eye when you film, when you behind the camera. But when you in front of the camera, you're a beast too. So how do you just walk away from that?
I don't look because I don't look at it like that. I see something totally different than what you see. So it's almost like I want to stay with behind the scenes more than anything.
I mean, but you good, bro. You like a Jamaican, bro. You got 100 hands. You know what I mean? 50 jobs, and you good at it. So you really think you can just walk away from acting, bro?
Yeah, I think I can because I want to be more on the feel like I can't be on the front of the camera and be on the same side as being on the other side of the camera and see the same thing. So it's kind of hard for me with that when I'm trying to be creative on the other side.
I find that hard to believe.
It's actually kind of hard for me, you know what I mean? Because it's like I love being on the other side more than anything because I get to see it all develop based on me being there. One, if I'm doing it right or is it coming out right? But I can actually be creative of letting that character play what I already envision. So.
What it is he wants like how he's filming and what he sees. If he's on the opposite side of the camera and he's the actor, he wants them to see him the way he sees. Yeah, he wants it to be the way.
I know.
And it's easy to be that way. It's easy to be that way if you wrote it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I see myself playing in some of these roles, but at the same time, I can't. It's almost like I can't direct myself because I'm not on that other side. But at the same time, I'm in that hot spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm wondering, what is the person that's directing or the person that's had the camera? Are they seeing what I see?
But
you know what I'm saying?
You got
even
your
with the
better
actors. Yeah, and that's true. But at the same time, we might see things the same somewhat, but at the same time,
in certain areas.
Yeah, in certain areas. You know, not saying that I'm better or she's better, but it's more like, is she gonna see what I see?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna say the same thing with her. You know what I mean? I think I do better as director more than acting.
Okay, so what? Let me ask you this: we done did a lot of films.
Hold on. Action.
So let me ask you this, Jay. What's the best role you had in the movies you done so far?
If it's anything, I would have to say the Christmas movie that we did last year.
Uber 1 or 2?
No, hold on.
No, not
Actually,
Uber.
Well,
Catch.
Catch. Yeah.
My first,
Somebody's on my mind.
Okay, first, honestly, Catch was one of my best. I felt because it was I'm saying part 2 of Catch. Part 1 of Catch was so hilarious. We had to come back with part 2 to that. But I think because I'm a Christmas type of person, so I liked that feel and the locations and everything we filmed on Catch. But overall, all the catches in the Uber movie that we filmed that you was actually in and Shay was in.
Catch 1 and 2 and then Uber.
Yeah. On a more serious level, Blood and Tears is one of my I love the best because I know what I was trying to envision with that. But part 2, I got enough room to accomplish what we really wanted to accomplish with number 1.
I would say the best thing I done seen you in, and seeing a lot of you, would have to be Blood and Tears 1, because I watched you become Trey Preston, and the way you did it, and it was so easy to you that every part that you was in, it flowed. You know what I mean? Like, I like the part where when you was laid in the bed like you was in penitentiary. That was tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you laid there and you became that person there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was easy because I experienced it before in my life. So that's what made it easy because I've been in a position to be laying there and thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, some of that stuff in that movie, it relates off with some stuff that we've been through in our life for real.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you something.
What's up?
What's your favorite movie? That you've been working with us for a long period of time with movies.
Yeah.
We actually came from the music side of things into straight film. So what was your favorite movie? Because every movie we've had, you've been in. Except the Catches, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I haven't done.
Would it be when you was smelling like bologna because you had on that leather coat?
Listen to me.
Would it be that?
I have to be honest. You know, when I first started doing these movies with y'all, I was kind of scared because I was like, I don't want to fuck up, and I know they paint this picture, so I got to pay attention. But when I got beside Rico, dog, he gave me confidence that I never even knew I had when it came to being in front of a camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never knew that I could be funny like that, dog. And I ain't never been, I do stupid shit, don't get it wrong, make people laugh. But Rico took me somewhere that I have to honestly say, Uber, hands down, is my best movie. Now, what we doing right now, in 2, I'm loving it. Because it's showing a more relaxed side of me. Because if you think about it, everything that I've been in, I've been aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's saying that we need to do an Uber 2 because I slipped up and said Uber 2 and Uber 2 ain't even here.
You heard me?
And then you
Well,
just
hey,
said it.
for real,
So,
for real.
you just said it. So that's
what's crazy.
2 slip up.
Not
It's
to go
telling
too
us something.
forward in the head ourselves, but I have been presented for Uber 2 already. But did I say something to you about it?
Yeah.
I don't think I said nothing to you about it. But actually, you know, Peanut was the big guy in Uber 1. He came with me about Uber 2.
Bro.
About how can we play off
Listen to
that. But
Listen to
I don't think I want to touch that no more, man.
Bruh, I'm sorry, and this is my opinion, we need to. Because it's simple fact, bro. A legend was in that movie. Like, real talk, bro. A legend, bro. We gotta carry on for Rico.
You know,
Because and I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way. Because if he was here right now, it'd already be done.
But let me add this then. And when it was presented to me, I seen it, but at the same time I thought about it. It's like, you ever see a movie where it just don't need to be touched? Like, why do they do that?
I have.
And that's how I feel about Uber. If anything with Uber, the first one we done, I would want to remaster it.
Yeah.
Remaster it, you know what I mean, and keep everything we have of Rico and expand the movie itself, you know, with the characters. Yeah. Because I really wouldn't want to touch that just because who was in it. Because we tried, Uber was actually based off of another movie that we had wrote, and it was like it would have been like a sequel, but we ended up doing Uber first. It was off of what's the name? What's the other one?
Which one? Not papers. Not papers.
No.
Taking notes?
No. It was a comedy. Lifeline.
Yeah, Lifeline.
Uber was built around Lifeline.
Yeah.
Because it was an Uber driver in that movie. So when we met Rico, it was easy to bounce off that movie for that movie.
Like I said, bro, for me, I owe a lot to Rico. Because Rico brought me out of a shell, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Because when we first started doing these movies, I used to get butterflies. And I'd be scared because I was like, man, I'm going to forget my lines. I'm going to mess this up. I don't want to do this. But when we did, and the thing about Uber, it was all improv. That was everything we did was you'd be like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. And we did it. And that's why I said that's the best movie I've ever done.
I think it's underrated. I think Uber's really underrated because we was poor. I'm going to be honest, poor promotion on that. Because actually, if you really look at that movie, the movie is real good.
Nah,
it's a real good movie.
Not only is it good, it's hilarious.
It's very funny.
It's funny as hell.
Because everybody, I'll put it like this: everybody that I talked to about it, that seen that movie, they was like, "Hey, man, y'all stupid."
Independently filmed, that was a good movie. Now, I think it was poorly, in a serious matter right now. I think it was poorly promoted because of the situation.
Yeah.
What happened with Rico? It was kind of hard. I still haven't watched Uber since we filmed it.
Bro, I put it like this. I put it like this. I have it. I have the videos of me and Rico in the podcast, and I'll get close to one, and I'll have to walk away from it.
It's hard to watch that movie, even though it's a hilarious movie. It's a
dog. It is.
We would have like how with the kids in Catch 1 and 2. That's funny. If we would have had them in Uber with Rico.
Like I said, like man, like still to this day, bro. Just talking about it, I get choked up. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, Rico was a big part of my acting career now. You know what I'm saying? He like the first Blood and Tears one. Man, I used to talk to him. I'd be like, all right, bro, here we go. I need you. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. Like, and then this one, like my confidence is where it needs to be for the role that I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I was like, okay, but this one, I remember you telling me, you need to go watch old dude off of the 50 Cent movie. The light skinned nigga, the brother. Not him, not him, the younger brother. He was like how laid back he is.
50 Cent movie?
Yeah. What was it?
Was it Get Rich or Die Trying?
No, it's the one that they doing now. With his mama.
Okay.
Raising Cane, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, he told me, hey, watch that. She was like, go watch that, and that's who you need to become. And I was like, oh. So I started watching it, and I was like, all right. So now I got to come down from being, and that helped.
I have a question. All right. Let's talk about how hard for us to put a movie in place. Like from the writing part of it to the being on set, picking the cast for different people to play these different roles. Let's talk about how we have created some of these characters to be who they are in let's say Blood and Tears too. And that's how the behind the scenes is to finding these locations and being in the right locations, getting the right angles, the right season.
And honestly speaking, that's why I leave it up to you. I don't want parts. I'm gonna be honest. Keep me in front of the camera.
That too, though.
Keep me in front of the camera. Keep me in front of the camera.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this: the eye that y'all two have, that's hard for me. Because I don't see y'all two. Y'all jail. You know what I'm saying? And y'all talk about it more than what I do. And for me, man, look, man, leave me alone, man. Y'all gonna do what y'all do.
Now that you say, I understand where you come from, because if you really think about it, as me being behind the camera, as being a director, it's not me just paying attention to the person as well. So if we filming, I have to pay attention to the individual in the scene that there is. But at the same time, I got to worry about if there are cups in there. If
it's too much. Man, look, man. I don't even think I got ADHD, but to being behind the camera, I ain't gonna make it. We cut, cause I'm gonna be all over the map.
Honestly, it is a lot to just not the actors in it. You have to really almost look at everything that's actually in that frame of the camera. I don't care. I don't care if the ceiling fan is moving in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Everything plays a part. And I like to do it where everything bounces off the story or the scene that I'm planting for the actor. The right clothing, everything.
Yeah. Everything has to fit. Like when we on set, I watch y'all when y'all talking and how y'all bounce off each other. How does that work for y'all though? Like y'all at home, y'all chilling, and I already know it come from him because he get an idea. Hey, what you think about this? Because me and him talk all the time. How do y'all bounce off of each other, being around each other so much, and make it work though? Because wouldn't it be hard?
Nah, that's not hard. I ain't gonna say we don't bump heads sometimes about the ideas, because most of the time we do. But at the end of it, I mean, you at your drawing board, and this is what it is. This is what we came up with. Once you get his idea or my idea, I mean,
y'all
like
put
I
them
said,
together.
put them together, and like I said, probably bump heads a couple times, but at the end of it, you're gonna come up with a plan and a plot and a twist, and you're gonna figure out how you want to write it, what you want the characters to wear, how you want them to be.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. I want both of y'all to answer this. I'm writing my first movie. You know what I'm saying? And before I started even writing lines for anybody, I got my plot together. At first I got all my characters. I wrote what type of person it is. And then I wrote the plot for the movie. What's the best advice y'all can give me to finish it?
Me personally, I've never had a movie that I finished. And what I mean by that is that it's hard for me to come up with a plot in the beginning stages of writing or even picturing that film in my head before we even pick up the camera and even film it. It's hard for me to end that movie. And this is the reason why, because how creative I feel that your actors and your actresses and whoever's in your film, I bounces off of their energy and how they going with it and how the film. Now, I might have wrote it, but the flow of how they are going with it determines how I'm going to end this film. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with who's participating too, because sometimes the people you start with, you want to finish with.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, I go off of who's giving that energy, and I would turn and twist my whole movie around just based off of that person and their energy they're giving. If this person's killing the film, why not end it in
like she did in Blood and Tears 1?
Yeah, because if you think about on Blood and Tears 1, how we ended that film, we opened the door for two.
Yeah, and we actually came up. You know what? We were standing at the back of the car on the hood.
And came up with that.
Yes, we came up with about 4 different ways
within
how
5 minutes
we could do it, and that's what it was.
We was I think the good
standing
thing
at the back of a car.
I think the good thing about that was all of our creative ideas came within that moment. And it turned out great, because I'm gonna tell you something. I had somebody say, "Man, I watched that movie. I didn't get it. But when I seen the end, I wanted more of it."
Yeah.
So we ended that movie. If you didn't understand what was going on in the beginning to the middle and then, we ended it where you go.
Let me say this. I played a major part in that movie. But that ending, when we sat there in Village 8 and watched that movie, the ending,
you want to know my favorite?
Man, I was like, hold up, time out. What the hell did I just see?
And hold on, not to cut you off. What was crazy about it, because it took us a year to finish that whole movie. Nobody has seen none of the footage. Nobody didn't know what was going on with this movie. I just told them, just let me handle it. I got it.
Let's talk about my favorite part of the movie. And then I ain't even in the part that's my favorite part. It's you, Corey, Hot Rod, and what's the other dude's name?
Coven?
Coven ain't in that. We up at the
Ali.
coffee shop. Yep, Ali. When y'all was right there at the table.
That's
my favorite part.
That was real good.
When you got ready to go out that door, what he say to you?
that was
he said.
Honestly,
I talked to somebody. That my favorite scene.
Honestly, that part was great.
Like I said, I ain't even in that scene, but I love it.
I say that
y'all
part.
Killed that. Y'all killed that.
Because honestly, that's what when we filmed that, that's what made me feel like this is what a movie's supposed to be like, and that was dope because everything went in spot. It was like bam, 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 bam.
Everything came together.
What was so good? It made sense to when you got killed. I'm at the morgue and I'm viewing your body, so it all led up to everything.
Yeah.
And one thing, and that's why I was talking about how we talk about how we creative we get on our movie sets. We've always created something out of something with locations. We've turned a house into a morgue. We turned the house into a funeral home.
No, hold on.
No, that was a
What about the coffee shop? The coffee shop was a thing.
Yeah, we had coffee shop was a
everything
room.
A therapist.
The coffee shop, the therapist.
Police station.
The back of the trap house.
Yeah.
We know how to manipulate a scenery to make it come alive. Because you can I feel like we could take a whole house and shoot a whole movie in there and make it seem like we're in different places.
Yeah.
And I think that's the good thing about being creative stuff that we do.
Okay, Shay, well, you answer that. What's the best advice you got for me writing my first movie?
Writing your first movie depends on what you're writing, and if you already got the first, I say 10 or 20 pages, and you get a blockage, the blockage, go back and read it. Mm-hmm. Read what you wrote and brainstorm for a little bit, and I feel like it'll come to you. That's what I do.
Okay, so I tell you, this is what I've done, and each one of my characters, I like you, my sister in the movie. But the thing about it is, I wrote this off of your demeanor and how I see you every day. Not just in the movie, but just how I see you. Mm-hmm. And that's why I did that. You my best friend. And the way that you are is the way that I wrote it. Y'all married in the movie. You see what I'm saying? And every person in the movie, I write it off of like Gwen. I wrote her as she's my therapist. Theo,
I could see that.
he's my other therapist. You see what I'm saying? Exactly because of their demeanors.
Yeah.
That's how I would write it. That's how I wrote it. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, the plot of the movie is called cheating. You know what I'm saying? It's cheating. And the thing about it is, it's about a good dude gets cheated on by a money-hungry chick. And y'all know how that goes.
That'll be a good movie.
But the
the
twist,
guys cheating and the
yes.
women's all this, so that'll be a good.
But the twist to it, and I got the twist from you. How I see you twist movies up, how you done it, and I said I needed to add something to it to just throw everybody off. And I'll say this one here and this one here are sisters. You see what I'm saying? This one here is telling her everything about me. She's like, well, I want to meet him. End of the movie, it's got something special coming for you. I ain't telling it all now. I done learned from the best.
Don't tell it all. Can't give everything away.
Nah, you can't.
I've learned when writing a movie or whatever, a lot goes on. It's a lot that goes on.
Dog, are you serious?
It's put it like this. It's a lot to it, and we all know that because we've done it. It's a lot to it besides writing.
Man, hey.
Every film that we've ever done, it's already been there in my head. I already seen it. I seen how it ended. I seen how it started, and I seen it in my head.
And you know
it's
what's
like
crazy?
a complete dream. You know.
You know what's crazy? That's how this movie's. That's how it is with me. Because certain things that I see, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. And I think about it, like right now, like with everything that I done had going on, I couldn't focus. So I was like, let me leave this alone. I had to walk away from it. I just left it there. But I'm always constantly thinking, like you said, it's here. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I'll remember it. Then once I start writing, dog, it's just like it just...
Yeah. And that's the best way to write, because even when I'm going through something, if my mind tell me this take a break, I can't break, because like in real life, you're gonna go through things. Mm-hmm. In a movie, that energy that you're getting from going through things is just like a movie anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to create a different character, or whoever your characters are, based on what you're going through.
It's funny that you said that, because in all actuality, certain parts of this movie is part of my life. Yeah. It's real life events, you know what I'm saying, that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? But some of it is just feeding off of something that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, I'm just like, ooh, I like this. I like doing this. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I don't know if I can be behind that camera directing it. Even though I wrote it, I don't see me.
But you know
I'm
what?
gonna say this. Hold on. Don't say that you can't be behind the camera. I'm gonna be honest. I had not one thought. Like I didn't have a thought of being an actor. I didn't have not one thought of being behind the camera and directing. He had me to do it. He like.
But you know what?
But the thing is, but you got a hell of an
I
eye with
didn't-
shit though.
Yeah, but I didn't.
This is the
I
thing.
didn't see it.
With you saying that you can't see yourself doing that. What I've learned by growing up watching movies